Get some sound going, some music. Third time's the charm. Underworld Football Manager live. Thanks for joining us. As we know, it's not a UFM podcast without some technical difficulties. Hopefully this time it works. If you tuned in for the first try, welcome. If you tune in for the second try, also welcome. We know our internet's bad. We're working around it, but it's UFM live on a Friday. All right, let's get the sound off. Thank you for joining us wherever you are. Hopefully this time works. Jeffrey Kiffer, I don't have all day either. I know you guys are waiting for gold. You want to tune in, UFM Live. But yeah, Jeffrey, sorry, we're not giving you 100 gold this time. But we will drop you guys some gold as usual. We do the mystery gift at the end of this. Thanks for tuning in. Drop us a like. Drop us a share. Everyone for tuning in. We'll drop you some gold at the end of it. Our goal right now is 50 shares. So we have, I think we're giving out 10 to 15 gold just for tuning in. There will be a link available on the Facebook page. But if we hit 50 shares, I think we'll up that to 25, 30. Give you guys a little bit of a bonus after the stream. So thanks for tuning in. Once again, stay tuned. We're live on a Friday here in Barcelona. Hope you guys have some good weekend plans for the people. If it's your first time tuning in, welcome. If it's not your first time tuning in, I know we see some familiar faces in the chat. No one has attacked my city yet, which I think is a new record for one of these things. I think usually by about 2 minutes into the stream, my city is basically completely vandalized, just completely attacked. But let's get into it. The last stream we brought you, I think, was last week, maybe 2 weeks ago. There's a big release within the community pitch, a brand new door. We were talking a lot about how good these new young stars are. But you can get in. You can see I've already opened the door. I've already got 2 of the players. Only one left is right midfielder Hudson. Just to show you my progress, I know that some of you guys have already gotten these young stars to like upwards of level 85 or 90. What's the highest someone's gotten a player so far?
I'm not sure.
How high have you guys gotten a player in Underworld Football Manager that you've gotten from the brand new community pitch door? I got a couple guys injured, so I got 2 guys from that door. The first one was this left-sided midfielder Booth, who has currently been attacked. And the other one was this right back, Schwartz, who has not been attacked yet. But I'm sure it's only a matter of time until Julio Schwartz gets hit by a baseball bat or a scorched flare or whatever. But this is my progress. My team is super old. I had a bunch of guys. Pretty much I think my entire first 11 was over age 30. So I had these 2 new guys in. Julio Schwartz at right back. He's already got some 900,000 in the tackling. And my left-sided midfielder, Chase Booth, all about the creativity for those midfielders. He's already 800,000. I know that I think some people have gotten up to like level 90 so far. If you guys are joining us in the chat, thank you. How high have you gotten a player? That's, I think, a good question of the day. I think there's some level 80s, some level 90s. So keep leveling up those players. Once again, thanks for joining us. Drop us a share, drop us a like. We'll give you guys gold at the very end. But really what we're here today to talk about, there's a new update, which you might have seen this week. It wasn't, as big as the one before, but still, I think it's really, really interesting. And I think one of the big things that people have been talking about is, I think a couple months ago we introduced within the university, if you scroll all the way to the right, is this mathematician, which basically gives you the ability to use multiple exhibition tickets at a time and really, really speed up your gameplay. In this account that I've got running up here right now, I've only leveled up 1. I've tried to, get my conspirator up, get my leader up to make my players less susceptible to bribes. But I think now what I'm going to focus on is, especially now that I got these 2 young players, is to get some more university points into my mathematician so I can start to level those players up faster. So before the update, the only speeds that we had were this ×1, ×2, and I don't have it yet in this account, but there's also a ×3. Now you can go your mathematician skill all the way up to a ×4. So that means ×5. You can get up to a ×5, which means that as soon as I hit play, so let's see, who should I play? Xavier Buchanan. Right here, play 2 exhibition tickets. It basically means it costs the exact same, 2 exhibition tickets, but all my rewards are doubled. So double XP, double money, double traffic cones. Yeah, of course I want to skip results for future exhibition matches. Double traffic cones, so you can level up those training points quicker. But most importantly, is right here, is in that player XP gain. So now with the ×2, your player XP gain is you get it twice as quick, or if you go ×3, it's 3 times. And now you can go all the way up to ×5 on the XP. Looking at some of the comments, Stakas, he's got a level 33 player that he got. I know some of you guys are watching who've gotten him up to like level 80 or 90. I think we could actually go look. Should we go on a little search here and see how some of the top guys how high they've gotten their players? Let's go to someone random up here. Let's look at Dan the Happy Duck. For some reason, I can't go into his profile. I don't know what's going on here. For some reason, my villa's not working. Don't know why. Developers, if you're watching, I think I've just found a glitch in the game. For some reason, I can't go into the other profiles. But yeah, however level that you guys have, let's hear it. So that's the first major update. Once again, the mathematician, now you can get ×1 speed, ×2 speed, and ×3 speed as well. It was the original, and now you can get up to ×4 and ×5 playing your exhibitions. The other update that was just released, which I'm sure some of you already noticed, is in the syndicate. I'm representing that USA syndicate. I've gotten a lot of syndicate invitations, but I'm trying to stay neutral. I don't want to seem too one-sided and join anybody that I shouldn't be. So I'm in this USA syndicate, sitting down here in ranking 440, lucky number 444. So we got a long ways to go to the top. But yeah, I got a few guys in here. Getting some comments. Get your exhibition tickets. Thank you all for the syndicate invites. But once again, I'm trying to remain kind of impartial and not really pick sides. 101, is that the top? We got a level 101 player in the game. For all of you who've been tuning in, I think the highest level is 101. That doesn't necessarily mean that player has the highest stats. That just means that he's the highest achieved level in the game. So congratulations if you have that level 101 player. It's probably Luis. Yeah, congratulations, Luis. You've gotten a player to level 101. Anyways, drop us a share. Thanks for tuning in. You guys are getting free gold at the end of this. If we get to 50 shares, we'll I think double or triple the amount of gold that you guys will get. So thanks for joining us. But here's the other change that was just made. So when you play those exhibitions, you get these fans or these syndicate tickets. And before the bonuses, I think the max was 150,000 fans. And as you can see, the more tickets you get in there, get more money, you earn XP from these syndicate matches, you get more budget, and with this guy, flexing the muscle is a multiplier for your stats. So the more syndicate tickets that you get in there, then your whole team gets that stats bonus and gives you a better chance of winning. So before, the top number of fans that you could get was 150,000. Now what they've done is they've gone all the way up to 375,000 fans, which is, I don't even know if there's a stadium in the world that can hold 375,000 people. I think the Maracanã in Brazil can hold something like 200,000. Old Trafford holds maybe, what, 75,000? The new camp holds 75, 80,000. I don't even think there's a stadium in the world that holds 375,000 fans. So, and even if you look at this stadium, look at this thing. I mean, that's maybe what? One level, two level. There's no way this stadium holds 375,000 fans unless they're like people on top of people, standing room only. If they've got, I mean, I know that in the 2022 World Cup in Qatar, they're like building some crazy, like artificial clouds to keep the players cool because they're talking about during a summer World Cup. Actually, I think it's now a winter World Cup. They changed that. But I know there's some crazy designs to get people in. However, they're getting 375,000 fans into this stadium. I have no idea. It's just been brought up to me. The two biggest stadiums in the world, for any of you American NASCAR fans out there, the top is, I think, the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Any fans of the Indianapolis 500, that stadium holds 350,000. So maybe every single syndicate match in Underworld Football Manager is being played at Indianapolis Motor Speedway in Indiana in the United States because it holds 350,000 people. Also, if you haven't been to the United States and you haven't been to a NASCAR event, it is an experience. Let me tell you, that's besides the point. Now you can get up to 375,000 fans, which just means if you win your syndicate match, more money, more XP bonus, more budget, and you also get those higher multipliers for your bigger stats. Those are the two major updates. Also, one other smaller one before I want to move on. Thank you for joining us, UFM Live on a Friday. So we talked about the new scout, the young stars, but also there was this existing scout, which are these all-stars, which gives you a guaranteed gold player, a guaranteed silver player, and a guaranteed bronze player. And I've already opened it, but before, this scout cost you 500 gold, and the generous developers at Underworld Football Manager have dropped the price. So now you can see up here in the refresh, it was before 500 gold. Now you can get this door for only 200 gold. And I know that based on where you are in the game, these players may or may not be useful to you. But I know, especially if you're just starting and you're brand new in Underworld Football Manager and you're maybe in League N, League M, League L, League K, and you're really trying to get a leg up on the opponents, it's worthwhile, I think, to get these higher level players earlier on in your UFM career, as it may be. So check out this door if you're early on. If you're a higher level, you'll probably ignore it. But especially if you're just, it's like your first month, first couple weeks in the game. Thanks for joining us. Check out this door. It's now 300 gold less than it used to be to go along with the Young Stars, the brand new one, which is 400 gold. And these are the players that everyone is talking about.
We also made the stats better on them.
Ah, really?
Yeah.
So, actually, you know what? I need another level 1 player. I've got these two guys on my team, Booth and Schwartz. But look at this. Allison, this guy here. My left winger is 36. My center forward, Weiss, 34. I need some new players. Let's refresh the door. I'll sign him. What the heck? Doesn't cost me anything. Let's refresh this sucker. I've got a little gold to spend. Center forward, exactly what I needed. C. Rich and a left back also need you. I'm going to sign this guy. He's got 231 shooting. That's a great stat. So not only now is the door exist, along with the increase in the syndicate, the number of invites, the number of fans you can have there, and along with the increased multiplier, these players also now have better stats. I'm buying all three of them because it's cost me 2 budget and 113 money. I don't know if I'm going to level him up all the way, but this dude's, he's level 2. I was like, 261 tackling is unbelievable, but he's level 2, so it's a little higher. Let's sign all 3 of these yahoos. Whether or not they make it to the first team, it remains to be seen. But anyway, back in the syndicate, it looks like you guys have found my vandalizing all my stuff. So there's been a lot of talk lately about some syndicate matches, and I know recently there's been a couple huge matches from the top couple syndicates. And if you go in here to the top, the number 1 syndicate right now, but not by much, is Los Loquitos. But this gap has decreased significantly, and I know That's because there's been a couple huge games in the past couple days. Yesterday, El Loquito traveled to Black Mambas, 3-3 draw. Goals from Thornton, Hensley, and a second one from Thornton in the 90th minute. It actually looks like the Mambas were 3-0 up at halftime. A hat trick from Vincent. But then in the second half, Loquito, Thornton, Hensley, and then in the 90th minute, as Alex Ferguson calls it, squeaky bum time, a 90th minute equalizer on the road for El Loquito to tie the Black Mambas. That's a huge match. And then just earlier today, El Loquito went back-to-back on the road. They went back to Indianapolis, 375,000 fans, to Goodfellas, and lost. And what a game this was. Looks like, someone was sent off. I doubt he was bribed, so I'm guessing his temperament wasn't the best. But El Loquito had a guy sent off in the 19th minute, and I think it really opened the doors for Goodfellas. Up a guy, up a man, to kind of lay down the law. Let's see, Goodfellas, get some players in the 90s and the 80s. But what a match that would have been. Can you imagine? You're on the road. You're 1-0 up. Phillips scores after 5 minutes. Then all of a sudden, 375,000 screaming fans, a guy sent off with a red card, and then you still almost squeak it out. High scoring, 6-4, tough road loss for El Loquito, but some huge matches at the top of the syndicate charts. Keep getting those syndicate tickets, keep leveling up your players, get those extra bonuses, and keep grinding away. Thanks for joining us. We want to get you guys your gold. Some interesting comments. Yahoo Kowalowski, I've actually had this comment a couple times. New surnames, especially some international ones. I know that when this game was originally designed, they tried to make them kind of universal English-sounding names. I think it's a great idea to get some kind of more international names in there. My team, Marquez, I guess Rafa Marquez played for Mexico for a while. But yeah, Hess, Keith, Bailey, this could be the German or the English national team, for all I know. But yeah, I totally agree. Yahoo Kowalowski, thank you for the comment. That's awesome. I also think we need some international surnames in here. Juan, watch out for the Italians. Also that. They're towards the top of the syndicate charts as well. Thanks for joining in. Let's see what else is happening. Football, the transfer window just closed. Some big games this weekend. Marouane Fellaini finally left England, so we don't have to see his lack of afro for a while. What else happened? Higuain went to Chelsea and, of course, didn't score and lost 4-0 in his Chelsea debut. So a guy who's bounced around for a while. Alvaro Morata flopped at Chelsea and is now at Atletico Madrid. So some kind of no huge transfers in the transfer window. Maybe your team got a player that you think is necessary. Maybe they didn't. I don't know. It seemed like it was a fairly quiet January. A lot of the big hitters in the game did their business in the summer. Neymar out for 10 weeks. He broke his foot. Apparently this time he actually was injured when he's, usually spends the majority of his time rolling around on the ground. But apparently this time Neymar actually is injured. He's going to miss the Champions League last 16 tie against Manchester United. But yeah, other than that, pretty quiet transfer window. Thank you guys for joining in. This is UFM Live. Drop us a like, drop us a share. I'm going to get out of here. Those are the recent updates. You can play exhibitions faster. You can get more syndicate fans, fill that Indianapolis Motor Speedway, and also in that Young Stars scout in the community pitch, the players now slightly higher stats. So look for those players, level them up, and by the time they get to level 30, 40, 90, 100, whatever it is, those players are going to be the all-stars of your team. Drop us a share, drop us a like. Thank you for joining in. Don't want to keep you guys too long. I'm Ethan Lowe. This is Underworld Football Manager. Thank you, everyone, for joining us.